Welcome to Horror 101 with Dr. AC. Tonight's selection is Torso from 1973, hailing from Italy, directed by Sergio Martino. The female populace of an international Italian university is slowly being picked off by a ski-masked killer, beginning with two of the three subjects of a nude photo shoot, Flo and Carol. When fragments of a red and black scarf are found under the fingernails of one of the victims, their classmate Daniela recalls that she recently saw someone wearing just such a scarf. But who was it? Was it Franz, the art professor? Stefano, the love-starved co-ed? The handsome Dr. Roberto, the creepy scarf vendor Gianni, and the half-witted delivery boy are all equally likely candidates, as is Daniela's overly friendly Uncle Nino, who offers up his secluded villa as a place for his niece and her three friends to get away for the weekend after the killer calls and tells the frightened student that she better keep her mouth shut. Sure enough, as soon as the quartet settles in, the battle of wits begins, with the wily sex murderer seeking to have all loose women and loose ends silenced forever. With rampant nudity and a considerable body count, Torso, aka The Bodies Bear Traces of Carnal Violence, continued Martino's reign in the world of the Italian thriller known as the giallo. Having already delivered a string of memorable entries in the early 1970s, including The Strange Vice of Mrs. Wardh, The Case of the Scorpion's Tail, All the Colors of the Dark, and Your Vice is a Locked Room and Only I Have the Key, this proved to be the director's penultimate entry, serving as a greatest hits of his previous efforts, amping up the sex and gore quotients, as well as a plethora of red herrings and a wingding climactic fight scene to shore up viewer interest. From the opening credits featuring naked, writhing bodies, to a hippie hangout, to an extended bedroom scene of sapphic lovers Ursula and Katya delicately doling out mutual pleasure, the first half is a certifiable softcore smutfest, the nudity so gratuitous it becomes a parody of eroticism. However, there is a splendid twist of expectations mid-film, where a suspenseful stalk and seek sequence sees the female star of Dario Argento's breakout The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Susie Kendall, assuming center stage as a resourceful art student. Torso is quite rightly credited with helping inspire the slasher boom of the late 1970s, although this could be more a matter of timing than content. While released in its homeland in 1973, it didn't reach American drive-ins until years later, where the flashy blend of flesh and blood and lesbians proved a winning combination for an audience whose appetites had been whetted by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and its many imitators. With no illusions of grandeur, such as reserved for the likes of Argento, Oscar-winning producer Carlo Ponti and distributor Joseph Brenner Associates pitched Martino's brainchild to the lowest common denominator, with winning box office returns to follow. On a personal note, I distinctly recall sitting in my mom's blue Toyota Corolla in 1977 at our local Bay Area drive-in, watching the trailers for coming attractions ahead of the Henry Winkler-Sally Field comedy drama Heroes. One was for Neil Simon's The Goodbye Girl, starring Richard Dreyfuss. The other was for Torso, a title repeated ad infinitum by the baritone announcer. It saturates the screen with terror, with numerous allusions to a psychosexual killer. Now, I'm fairly confident that this was the first time I'd ever seen on-screen nudity, in a trailer no less, and it was absolutely the first time I'd ever even entertained the idea of two women being sexually intimate. My poor little 9-year-old mind nearly exploded. I'm not sure why my mom allowed me to keep watching. My only explanation is that she must have gone to the snack bar for those particular 3 minutes. Or maybe it was just the 70s. While perhaps not the greatest giallo ever made, or even the best from Martino, this is an innately watchable slice of easy, breezy, sleazy slashing with heaping dollops of female nudity, all served up with an incredible score by the team of Guido and Maurizio De Angelis, and shot by legendary cinematographer Giancarlo Ferrando. Torso is available now on Blu-ray from Arrow Video and can be ordered going to arrowvideo.com/Blu-ray/Torso. Thanks for watching this episode of Horror 101 with Dr. AC. If you've enjoyed our ramblings, please click the little severed hand with the thumb pointing up and share the link on your preferred social media platforms. To stay in the proverbial loop, hit the subscribe button, and to continue the conversation, please leave a comment below. We'll see you next time. Keep sharing the scare.